Features of File Management, Chapter 8. The key points which we will discuss in this chapter are: number 1, copying and moving a file or folder; number 2, renaming a file or folder; number 3, deleting a file or folder; and finally, tampering with files of others. File Management. Files. A file is a collection of data stored in one unit. It can be identified by a name. It can be an audio, document, picture, or other collection of data. You may have numerous files of different types which you need to organize. Folders are useful in organizing files. A folder is a place in the memory of a computer where you can store files and subfiles in a folder. File management on a computer is similar to arranging books in a shelf. Just like similar types of books are kept in a particular section in a bookstore, in the same way we can store files and folder on a computer. To put similar files into folders, you have to create, select, copy, move, and rename files and folders. This process of organizing files and folders is known as file management. File management helps to locate any files easily. Copying and moving a file or folder. Sometimes you will need to move a file from one folder to another or copy a file from one folder to another, leaving the file in the first location and placing a copy of it in the second. If the file or folder and the location where you want to move it are visible in a window or on the desktop, you can simply drag the item from one location to the other. There are some steps need to be followed to copy a file or folder from one location to another. Number 1. Open the drive where the file or folder is located and select it by right-click on it. Next, click on the copy option from the pop-up menu and then open the drive or folder where you want to copy the file or folder. Finally, right-click and click on the paste option from the pop-up menu. The file or folder will be copied to the desired location. When you move a file or folder, the original file or folder itself is shifted to the new location. To move a file or folder from one location to another, number 1, open the drive where the file or folder is located and select it by right-click on it. Next, click on the card option from the pop-up menu. Open the drive or folder where you want to move the file or folder. Finally, right-click and click on the paste option from the pop-up menu. The file or folder is moved to the desired location. Renaming a file or folder. You can change the name of your file or folder. To rename a file or folder, there are some steps need to be followed. Number 1. Select the file or folder and right-click on it. A pop-up menu appears. Select the rename option from the menu. Next, type the new name that you wish to give to your file or folder and press the enter key. Deleting a file or folder. When you organize the contents of a folder, disk or the desktop, you might find some files or folders that you no longer need. You can delete these items or remove from the disk or folder. There are many ways to delete a file or folder. Number 1. Using delete key. The easiest way to delete files and folder is by using the delete key from the keyboard. To delete files or folders, first you need to select the files or folder which you want to delete and press the delete key from the keyboard. Number 2. Using the pop-up menu. To delete the files or folder using the pop-up menu, first of all, select the file or folder you want to delete. Next, right-click on the file or folder. A pop-up menu appears. Click on the delete option from the menu. The delete file dialog box appears. Click on yes if you want to delete or click on no to cancel the deletion. Number 3. Using the organize menu. To delete files or folder using the organize menu, number 1. Locate the file or folder you want to delete. Next, click on the drop down arrow of the organize button. A drop down menu appears. Finally, click on delete from the menu. The delete file dialog box appears. Click on yes if you want to delete it or click on no to cancel the deletion. Tampering with files of others. It is incorrect to pick up someone else's notebook without permission. Similarly, it is incorrect to tamper with files belonging to someone else without permission. Tampering is an act of deliberately modifying, destroying, editing data through an unauthorized channels. It also includes opening, moving, renaming and deleting files. Since you have a right to keep your work to yourself, similarly, you must respect the right of others over their own files. So, that's the end of the lesson. Thank you.